Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show, giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. All right, today is Thursday, August 4th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of this show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and you can follow me there on Spotify. And if you'd like to connect, you can connect to contactlarry.com. That's right, go to contactlarry.com, and there you'll find my social media connections, my email, my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. All right, I'm going to try to make it through the show today. You can tell my voice is going, and I don't know, it's just my voice is going. That's life. All right, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. Please go there and subscribe. And you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. A couple of people saying hi so far. We've got, a whole bunch of people. We've got Charles and James and Mark and Tommy and Linda and Peter and John and Tom and Mike and Deb and Glenn. And James and Jose, wow, thank you so much. That's so awesome. All right, Money Chat Now, of course, is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class today by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. By the way, do you know anybody who would really enjoy this show? You know, why don't you tell them about the great market advice or maybe the comedic parodies? You know, please share the show with them by clicking the share button and sharing it directly on their page. You can also share this show on groups as well, and also help your friends make more money, laugh in the morning. So just hit the share button. I know a couple of you have been doing it, but everybody else, keep going it. So Peter says, I kissed a monkey. Is that why your voice is going? Yeah, probably. No, I don't think that's not monkey pox. That's monkey voice. All right. Today's show will be discussing, of course, the recap and update, unemployment oddities, voter fraud, conspiracists are winning, and of course, Robinhood app. Yesterday was a bit fun. It kind of seemed like the market recaptured all of the losses of the day before. On Tuesday, the market dropped about 400 points, and yesterday it made that 400 points up, so I guess it's not that bad. The NASDAQ was on fire, though, yesterday. It closed up about 319 points. That's a pretty awesome number. The S&P hit its highest number since June, so it looks like it might be a pretty good market so far. The recession rhetoric is still off the table, still on the table, as many of the pundits argue the facts of what a recession is. You know the old saying that's very appropriate these times, right? If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it must be a horse. At least that's how it appears these days, of recession and gender misidentity. So, no duck here according to the White House, but frankly, I agree. No, not with the misgenderization of what a recession is. But this recession is definitely mild. It's like a cold with a couple of annoying symptoms, like my throat. And it'll basically function fine. Like the people who got the vaccine and experienced mild symptoms. By the way, I've decided that I'm going to identify as a lion. I used to identify as a tiger, but as I get older, the sleek body of the tiger really doesn't fit me anymore. The growl of the lion on the mountaintop. Yeah, sure. Let's do that again. The growl of the lion on the mountaintop is more my style. So whenever someone asks you about me, make sure you say, Lion is Larry, instead of he is Larry. Boy, did I get off on a tangent there. Getting back to the market. All right, on Tuesday. Oh, the jokes aren't funny while I'm coughing. On Tuesday, the market was worried about the Speaker of the House, who I will now identify as the witch Pelosi, going to Taiwan. I really don't know why they were worried about this anyway. It's not like the Chinese were going to blow up the plane or anything. I mean, seriously, that would be an act of war. So I guess the market accepted the witch's visit. Some nice gainers yesterday were, of course, Carnival Cruise Line, Norton LifeLock, and PayPal. Of course, the biggest gainer was Moderna, and my guess is that when all the people in the White House, who I will identify now as the WTFs, approved the vaccine for children, who we should now also identify as science experiments. All right, let me see if I can do that again. The people in the White House I will identify as the WTFs, and the children I will identify as the science experiments. The stock benefited. Oh, this is so terrible. They probably benefited from the WTFs ordering the vaccines for the science experiments. That way the witch can make a huge profit. I'm going to have to read this again one day when my voice is back, because I thought that was pretty funny. All right, who said the beginning of my show is boring? All right, today we have another slew of earnings with 538 companies reporting earnings. Alibaba will probably be the most notable. This was a stock that kicked my ass last year. Alibaba was in the mid-240s when I was playing it, and now it's about 98. Look for this announcement before the bell. Eli Lilly and Motorola also will be highlighted this morning, and these will set the tone for the day and the rest of the week. Judging by the futures and the big pop yesterday, after a big drop, I would speculate the market's going to be going a little bit lower today. All right, let's take a look at the futures and actually see what's really going on. The Dow is up 31, the S&P is up 7, and the NASDAQ is up 53. All right, let's talk a little bit about employment oddities. Hold on a second. I got to read some of these comments you guys are making, because you guys are cracking me up here. Let's see. All right. These guys are all like talking about me getting COVID-19. Of course, I got to bring some whiskey to class tonight. Yeah, of course. Who replaced Larry with Biden? Oh, man, that's rough. All right. We're not in a recession. I hate it when people say we're in a recession. Does that sound like Biden? I don't know. All right, let's talk about employment oddities. As I mentioned in the update, according to some pundits, we are not technically in a recession because the employment numbers are so high. Yes, we have GDP moving lower for 2 consecutive quarters, and that's the textbook definition of recession. But recessions usually come with higher unemployment, and this time it hasn't, or at least not yet. There is a strange phenomenon about where the jobs are and where the workers are finding jobs, however. We have seen signs of layoffs. Tesla is releasing 10% of its workforce. Meta is cutting back along with other tech firms who are simply trimming the fat as the companies brace for a real recession. But as the tech jobs start to drop off, other industries such as travel can't hire fast enough. And retail is kind of caught in the middle. It wasn't long ago that Amazon, Spotify, and Peloton doubled their workforces to manage through the pandemic surge, while Morgan Stanley staffed up to handle record level of IPOs, and mortgage lenders added headcount as rock-bottom rates led to refinancing boom. On the flip side, the airlines, hotels, and legions of restaurants slashed headcount because of the scamdemic lockdowns that rolled through much of the country and other parts of the world. Now you're seeing the opposite. Those who hired through the scamdemic are now letting the employees go, and those who fired during the scamdemic are now trying to get all they can back. But that's going to stop soon, and the employment market is going to level off with higher unemployment. In some ways, it might be a good thing. The average American worker has no work ethic anymore anyway. They come to work late, they go home early, they do absolutely the minimum, they need to get their paycheck. The employers have to put up with it because they realize that at least they perceive that they can't replace this employee. Eventually, the market's going to be flooded with those replacements, and in order to get a job or keep a job, a better work ethic is going to be required. When was the last time you walked into a retail store and the smiling worker said, "Good afternoon"? Probably not in 10 years, right? Now they hide in the back room until the customer yells, "Hello, anybody home?" And by the way, that's exactly what happened to me last week. I walked into a store. It was empty of all customers and employees. And I yelled, "Hello, is anybody home?" And then I heard someone from the back yell, "No, we're all at work." I walked out and mumbled, "Apparently not." So hard work, or maybe not hard work, but conscious work, might be the wave of the future. The real recession is coming, and my guess is going to be in 12 to 18 months. Brace for it, but brace for it with a good work ethic. I suggest you read or reread the book called Who Moved My Cheese? It's probably very appropriate right now. All right, we're going to take a break while I maybe get a glass of something to bring my voice back and see if I can make it through the next 15 minutes. I'll see you guys in about a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Joe Biden. I'm Larry Steinhouse. And if you'd like more information on investor schooling, of course, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. And you can, oh boy, and you can follow me there as well. Hey, if you'd like to connect, please go to contactlarry.com. Just don't connect to me today because I'm not going to be able to talk to you. Go to contactlarry.com, and there you'll find my social media connections, my email, my text message information, and everything else you need to know about me. Don't forget, hit that like button. Let me know you enjoy the show. Come on, hit that like button. I'm here suffering with this sore throat, doing this show for you. At least you can do is hit the damn like button. All right, you can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them live. All right, right now, let's take a look real quick. The futures are still up. The Dow is up 33, the S&P is up 8, and the NASDAQ is up 56. We talked about the employment oddities. Coming up, of course, we have voter fraud, I can't even read. Voter fraud conspiracist warning, and Robinhood. All right, and of course, today we have today's picks and plays, but did you guys hit that like button? Come on, you promised me. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to leave comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter. And we're live on all of those. And again, you can find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Hey, don't forget to order my book. My book, Money Hacks, is now released. You can get the book wherever you order fine books. Order it today. You'll have it in a day or two. Listen, if you've read the book or if you've gotten the book, hey, do me a favor and leave me a good review. I totally appreciate that. All right, let's get into the second half. All right, real quick. So Seth said, I can't get COVID because I've been sick so many times. I'm immune to everything. Apparently not. But I can't get COVID for one specific reason. I will never get tested. All right, hold on, because this is good. So I want to make sure I can read this without dying here. All right, here we go. You ready? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Facebook, and other censorship platforms with your own agenda. We all know that the election in 2020 was absolutely 100% illegal with no fraud whatsoever. The movie by Dinesh D'Souza was theater, and he should go to jail for trying to incite a riot. Clearly, the great and powerful idiot, Joe Biden, was elected fair and square, and how dare any of you think otherwise? In fact, if you try to think otherwise, you'll be considered a conspiracy theorist and a terrorist. So if you think there was election fraud, you better unfriend me right now, because I don't want to be associated with your kind. Now that we cleared that up, for the Facebook and YouTube censor bot, here's an interesting phenomenon going on across the country. It appears that the Republicans who believe that voter fraud, because these conspiracy theories, they believe that voter fraud was an issue, are winning elections across the country. Some are even advancing to positions where they could influence running future elections if voters put them in office this fall. I wonder why voters would do such a thing. When we clearly have the safest and most fair election system we have ever had. With the paper that you fill in the dots and then walk over to the scanner that eats your paper and spits out a sticker that says, thanks for voting? So why would people like Carrie Lake, a former television journalist backed by Trump, focus much of her campaign on claims that President Biden's victory in Arizona was fraudulent, even though the state election officials have found no widespread evidence of that? I wonder why. Supporters of Trump's election fraud claims also scored wins this week in Michigan, another top presidential battleground state. In next week's Wisconsin Republican primary for governor, the top candidates have all backed the former president's claim of widespread election fraud. What is wrong with these people? Nevada Republican voters in June selected former state lawmaker John Marchant, who has been repeating the claims that the 2020 election was stolen from Trump. So why are these people who claim the election was fraud winning primaries? In fact, how can they be winning primaries if the government, who is here to help us through these tough times of election integrity, has proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Biden was elected fairly? After all, he did get more votes of any president in the history of elections. You know, the guy who had 7 people at his rallies who was running for while he was running for office? Well, I, for one, believe that the election could not possibly be rigged, because if I believed anything else, you wouldn't be allowed to watch this show on YouTube or Facebook. They would shut me down for violating their community standards. The resurgence is upon us, so vote in November with the intention of making sure that this country can live in fairness and integrity. All right, let's talk about Robinhood. Last year, if you wanted to lose all your money, all you had to do was invest in IPOs. Almost all of them are down below 50% of their initial opening values, and most are a fraction of their all-time highs. The Robinhood stock is definitely one of the examples of this. Robinhood is an app that many millennials use to buy and trade stocks, stock options, and cryptocurrencies. The founders of the app took advantage of the sudden interest from the younger generation in making money quickly and easily. Well, as a stock option trader for almost 2 decades, none of this is easy. The app targeted millennials who would put their $500 in and hope they would make enough money to buy a Lamborghini. Well, as the reality kicked in, as the lower stock prices and signs of recession kicked in, the basically fad apps like Robinhood are dying out. Robinhood stock opened up a year ago for a price of about 36. It quickly rose to 80 before dropping less than that to less than the IPO price in 3 months. Hold on a second. It is traded as low as $6.81 and is now trading about $10. The company, who is slowly losing their user base, has been the target of rumors that they should sell to a bigger firm. Well, according to an article on CNBC, Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev said this week that the retail brokerage is not looking to be acquired despite announcing major layoffs after another quarter of shrinking active users. In one word, no, Tenev said in an investor call when asked about the potential of being bought by another firm. He continued, "I think we're in a great position as a standalone company. I love us as a standalone company." Robinhood cut its full-year expense guidance by roughly $290 million, which included about $70 million decline in expected share-based compensation. Look, I got to tell you, I've claimed many times that even the name is a problem. The name Robinhood is a magnet for millennials and the younger generation, but people with real assets would be too embarrassed to tell their friends that they're trading on an app called Robinhood that's basically made for children. It would be like telling a corporate client that you're taking him out for a day to play golf, and then you pull up to a mini golf place and say, "Come on, let's go play." It just won't fly. I personally believe that the fact that this conversation came up and the CEO was asked about a sale, he is just setting the stage for that sale. I wouldn't be surprised if within 6 months a takeover bid is placed by the company or placed by another company to buy it. They also would be best advised to sell before the user base goes to a value worth nothing. Coinbase has similar problems. They're also losing users, and many of the investors in crypto are being scared off by articles of the cryptocurrencies being scams or just being devalued to almost worthless. Coinbase, whose stock was as high as almost $370, is now trading in a range of 80 and was as low as 40. Here's a thought. Maybe these two companies should get together and merge. You know, maybe they should become Robinbase or maybe CoinHood. I know, or best yet, maybe they should be called Robin the Hood. That would be at least the truth. All right, let's take a break here and see what happens when we come back, and we'll discuss this morning's picks and plays if I can get my voice back. See you in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Of course, now my voice is starting to come back. Great. I have to go back and start the whole show again. All right, I want to remind you also that the show is now open to sponsorship. Look, I've sold hundreds of books to people who listen and watch this show every day, and we have raving fans. So if you want to advertise your product on the show, please reach out and let me know. You'll be advertising on this show. You'll be advertising on the radio with the other shows. So anywhere I go, you'll be advertising with me as well, and we're on every day. By the way, did you also know that we have the interviews from Interview Tuesday on a website called Money Chat Now? We'll be getting back to Interview Tuesday next week. You also can find Money Chat Now breakout stories on Spotify. So if you ever wanted to look for a specific story that you heard that you thought was funny, you can just go to Spotify by just searching Money Chat Now or Larry Steinhouse. And please subscribe to the Spotify channel when you get there. All right, right now we still have the Dow is up about 24, the S&P is up 6, and the NASDAQ is up 47. We talked about employment oddities and how, people have to start working, the work ethic's going to have to change or they're going to be in trouble. We talked about the fact that there can possibly be no voter fraud. It's impossible. I mean, come on. How could anybody cheat in an election? They're so well monitored and, so we definitely have no problem. So I don't know how all these voter fraud conspiracists are winning elections. And then, of course, we talked about the Robinhood app and how they need to sell to somebody. And, of course, coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Come on, hit that like button. Hit that share button. Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know how it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or groups that you feel may also enjoy the show. Have them like the Money Chat Now fan page so they can get notified of the show every morning. And you can also leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or LinkedIn. And also tag some of your friends in the comments section. And this way, they could have some fun and learn. All right. Let's look at today and see what it'll bring. We do have a couple of things going on that we should take notice of and maybe worry about. Tomorrow, we will have the official jobs report being released. Now, this is going to be the game changer right here. If it comes in as predicted, nothing will really change. However, if layoffs are happening, the question is if this will be reflected in the report or the next report. So really what's going to happen is we're seeing layoffs. It's going to happen. There's no doubt. The real question is whether we're going to see this in this report or the next report. And look, if there are layoffs and the unemployment moves up a little bit, which it probably will, but if it moves up even just a notch, it's just going to become a talking point. See, we really are in recession. We really are in recession. The reality is we really are in a recession, but it's such a mild one that we're going to be okay. The reality is the next one's going to be tough. I also think we're going to see a little dent tomorrow, but the next report will be the one that will show the pendulum starting to swing. So this report might be okay. The next one's going to show higher unemployment. There's no doubt. I'm also finally seeing the travel stocks moving up. CCL is about $10 right now. Look, I've said this before. I highly recommend that you get into this stock before you can, while it's under 2 digits, because it's going to be a really good play. And if it drops below 9 again, jump in. It's really a good buy. Also, it looks like Meta is following its normal pattern of dropping right after earnings and then moving up quickly. I need 10 points by closing tomorrow to break even on a stock option play that I screwed up on. We'll see. Maybe I got lucky. I need 10 points. We'll see what happens. All right. Apple moved up nicely yesterday. Also as the bond market dropped just a little bit. The market looks like it's in a recovery, but be warned. This is when the steak is made and the greedy ones get a tuna fish sandwich. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you want to come to Investor Schooling and learn about the steak and tuna theory, because it's definitely what's going to happen. All right, let's take a final look at the futures and see what today is bringing. You can see the futures are moving down. We have the Dow is up still $5 for 5 points. The S&P is up 4, and the NASDAQ is up 39. So we'll see. I don't have high hopes for today. I think it'll be a move. All right. Let's talk about the crypto scene. So Bitcoin is hovering at around 22,855. Like, it's moving down, but it's still up from about a month ago. And Ethereum is holding its own at about 1625, and both to me are still too high. I say they're too high. I wouldn't be touching them right now. I think I don't know. I'm not a Bitcoin fan anyway, or a crypto fan anyway, but I just think that they're too high. So it also looks like gold and silver have possibly hit their bottom for now. Yeah, you know, they're rough. You know, like we got gold at 1782, we got silver above 20 again, which I'm really happy about. I'd like to see silver above 25 again, because that's what I count my coins as. I count them as 25s. You know, no matter where they are, anywhere between 20 and 30, I count them as 25s. But I wouldn't mind if they doubled right now. It would be nice if silver went to 40 and if gold went to 3,500. All right, the Treasury Bond. The Treasury Bond is right about where it's been, and it's dropped to about 2.72, so it's really not moving much. So that's kind of interesting how the Treasury Bond is not really moving. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It means that people are like, they're not really buying bonds right now. They're just kind of sitting there and waiting to think, we'll see what happens. The big news is oil is down to 91.5 a barrel. So, you know, oil keeps moving down, and the average gas price keeps moving down too. It's now down to $4.31 a gallon. Hey, everybody thank President Biden because he made oil prices go down about 85 cents. Oh, wait, or was it go up $2? I don't know, something like that. I want to thank you all for watching the show. We are here live every morning on 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And I'm gonna I'm gonna prepare for tonight. Hopefully I'm gonna get my voice back. So if you come to class tonight, you can see me. You can also find repeats of this show on Rumble and Spotify. Of course, as you know, my name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am the CEO of Investment Schooling. And don't forget, you can contact me at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. I'm cutting out here a minute early, so make it a profitable day.